What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, wanted to talk about the state of PlayStation's aspirations as far as games as a service, pertaining to particularly their Bungie acquisition and the perceived and or reality of how capable is Bungie in actually fulfilling the promise that PlayStation and particularly Jim Ryan, I would believe, is hoping that they can do. Now, I was watching some videos today, listening to podcasts, and I ran into Destin Legary's video. And if y'all didn't know, back in the day when Destiny was hot, when Destiny was jumping, even though it wasn't all that great, Destin had a show. I think they were videos. They were called Fireside Chats, and it was just a Destiny podcast, a Destiny show. And they would talk about Destiny. They would talk. He loved him some Destiny. He loved it. But today, he put out a video explaining why he stopped doing those videos and why he stopped playing Destiny. I mean, maybe he still plays it a little bit, but the love is lost, let's just say that. And so what he was explaining is that how they are monetizing Destiny, or trying to monetize Destiny, or have changed throughout the years in attempts to monetize Destiny, has ruined the game in one respect. The other aspect was the multiplayer, the PvP, which is like pretty much non-existent. It's like, it's a shell of its former glory that is Halo's multiplayer. Halo's multiplayer is still fun. Destiny's not so much. I would probably say that it's due to the fact that the physics are different in Halo and Destiny. Halo is just ridiculous physics. Let's go. That's what makes it fun. Destiny is more Destiny, whatever. I give Bungie props. I give them their flowers for making a nice 30-second loop. But honestly, if it's not exactly like Halo, then I don't know what they're doing. It's not quite there, basically. So like, one of the biggest fans, Destin, went into depth explaining why Destiny is just not good anymore. It's not good. How they are monetizing, how they tried to do the, I forgot what the thing was called. It was a marketplace or something, and they were trying to monetize this, monetize that. He was like, I'm done. And the same people who are ruining Destiny, for the most part, are in charge of the overall blueprint of PlayStation's monetization games as service scheme. That doesn't sound right. Like, it's like they didn't do their homework. It's like they didn't even actually vet Bungie. They didn't look at Bungie and say, let's see, we're getting them for this online stuff because we ain't got no clue what we're doing. Right, Jim? Yeah, right, Herman. So yeah, let's get them. That's a good idea, right? They could make money, right? Yeah. Nobody did homework? Nobody did no homework. Nobody did any homework over at PlayStation to look at what Bungie's doing over the years. And you look at how Halo did it, right? I mean, they just did, the traditional map packs and stuff. And Bungie didn't have anything to do with that, because that's all Xbox Live. That's all, I mean, they did because they made the map packs and stuff. But I'm sure they said, Microsoft was like, yo, make some map packs so we could charge. And that's the old model. That doesn't work anymore. So Bungie's trying this, trying that, trying everything in their mama to do stuff, and it's not working. And how are they going to make what is not working for Destiny work for any other property that they're gonna make, whether it's Marathon or anything else that Sony makes? Foam Stars, well, it's not theirs, but you know what I'm saying. how? It's like you go and say, yeah, we just drafted the worst pitcher. I mean, they're not the worst. We just drafted the most mediocre pitcher in the world. He messes up a lot, but sometimes he has a good game. Sometimes he pitches a no-hitter once in the history of his life. But other than that, he's all right. Man, it's like, I mean, you see what's happening with Unity and all this stuff, and they did another back pedal, but they already lost a lot of people. So, and we're not using Unity. As far as I understand it, we're not using Unity. I can't even say it. We're not using Unity. And you see how dumbass business decisions destroy your business, destroy your fan base, destroy the community that was rallied around your product. You see how that happens, right? You don't think Bungie's gonna make some dumbass decisions when it comes to Marathon or any other property? They already did it with Destiny. And it's not like, oh, they did it and they learned. They didn't learn nothing because they never fixed anything. It's still a dumbass. Nope. I don't know why these people don't copy Fortnite. Put the money down, get some licenses in your game, let's go. Get some Hello Kitty, boo-boo stickers or something, let's go. That's all you gotta do. But they don't wanna spend the money. They wanna make all the money, they don't wanna spend the money. That's like, I mean, that's Sony right there. Although, they're still using Spider-Man, which is, the more that I hear news about Sony's financials, the more that I realize that they really don't know how to keep their business going. I mean, with the popularity of their properties, their games, the games that they put out, the quality, perceived quality, they should be making bank, right? But they're not even, they're in third place. I did this last week. They're in third place. Why are they third place in profits? Because they spend too much money on, I guess, on Spider-Man, right? They made 3 Spider-Man. How much money, I wanna know this, Sony, let me know, Jim, call me up. How much money do you have to pay Marvel in order to use Spider-Man in those games? How much money? And how much money are you losing by keeping it exclusive? And Marvel, you should be asking that question too, because y'all could be making more money. Just look at MLB. Rake it in the dough, boy. Rake it in the dough. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Marvel, they're not hurting for cash, but more cash is always better. We're talking about Disney, right? Okay, so I think Disney should reevaluate that contract that they have with Sony and force them or allow them to put that on other consoles, meaning Xbox. That's what I'm just putting on Xbox. You put it on Switch too, but we all know how Mortal Kombat 1 came out on Switch, so I don't know about that. I don't know about that. They have a super cartoon filter to help it out, but I don't know about that. But it's like you hear these things and you're like, okay, the perception that Sony is number one is kind of false. They sold more consoles, but they're not making as much money. Think about that. Think how bottom of the barrel business type, like all the businessmen are in the room and Sony's in the room. And they make like say if there's 100 businesses, I know this is just exaggeration, this is an example. There's 100 businesses in the room. Sony's in there, Microsoft's in there, Nintendo's in there. Nintendo's like, yeah, we made the most, what's up? Microsoft's like, yeah, I mean, look, Nintendo, y'all got the stuff. I mean, we admit it, but, you know, we're number 2. We made number 2. And we're not really selling a lot of consoles because, you know, we still got to make some more. We got some issues with, getting the stock up and stuff. We were trying to fill up our cloud, but, we got, but we all right? Sony, what you got? Yeah, we brought in a lot of revenue. And they're like, yeah, but how much did you make though? We made so much revenue but how much did you actually make? Like, what's your bank account look like though? Sony, what is your PlayStation? What's your bank account look like though? You know how the revenue is like, you see the graph with the revenue is all blue, is really tall and y'all's are small. But what is your bank saying? Like the numbers, what are the numbers in the bank account that you have where it says profit? Where is that? We made a lot of revenue. You see? Ponies cannot twist and grotesquely morph this into a narrative that is positive for them. They can't do it because the truth is out there. They didn't make no money. It's a business, right? And you say, oh, they're doing this because it's a business, doing that. They're doing poor at businessing because you looked at that graph, right? Their revenue was so high, I was like, damn, they made a lot of money. And then it's just like, why is the profit so, how much money are they putting into these things? And like I said this before, it goes back to what Sean Layden said. These games are too expensive to make, it's unsustainable, and we're seeing his prophecy come true. They should not have fired him because Jim Ryan don't know what the hell he's doing. And I said this all those hardwares are failing. They're not making the money that they need to make off of those garbage hardwares. And I'm like, look, it's puzzling to me. I mean, I understand trying to be innovative and all that stuff, but you have to be realistic. And I think here's the bottom line, I think. The fact that Jim Ryan isn't a gamer shows. It shows that he's colorblind to the fact that nobody wants a PlayStation Portal. That's not what gamers want. Not even casuals, because casuals are gonna be like, is that like the Switch? And they're like, no. And it's like, I'm gonna just play the Switch because they already have a Switch. So they don't need the PlayStation Portal. If it was a portable PlayStation 5, different story, it would sell a lot. It's not even close to that. The PlayStation VR 2. He's not a gamer. He missed the memo. He's not reading the room. What are people doing? People are buying Steam Decks, ROG Allies, Switches only because Nintendo, but it's like the worst of all the portables, right? That's what they're buying. Sony literally had that in the bag. All they could have said, like, okay, let's redesign a PSP, PS Vita, call it something else. Call it the PS Plus portable, the PSPP. What? I don't care what the name was. The name is irrelevant. They could have made something. It would have sucked for the devs, as did the Vita sucked it for the devs. But they could have made it so that people would have another option for PlayStation games on the go, and they did not. They put out some garbage, and it's like I said, Jim Ryan is not a gamer. He doesn't play games. He doesn't understand the gamer mentality. He doesn't understand. He understands how to make money. Theoretically he understands how to make money, but honestly, he doesn't understand their customer base. He doesn't understand the gamers. So he's trying to sell products to people that don't want them. And he's thinking he's Apple, where we make it, they'll buy it. That's what, you didn't even know that you wanted this, because that's why we made it, so that you realize that you want it. Some old Apple philosophy. No, that's not, because the product is trash and it's too expensive. If the PlayStation Portal was $50, it'd fly off the shelf. If it was $100, it'd fly off the shelf. Slower, but it'd fly off the shelf. $150, maybe. $200, no. It's just a little bit too high. And that's the MO. That's Sony's MO. They want to charge you for everything. They want to charge you a lot for everything. But that's the main thing. You look at Jim Ryan, he's not a gamer. He doesn't understand gamers. And that's why these garbage products are coming out for PlayStation. You look at Phil Spencer, a gamer, a coder. He was coding for Microsoft when he first started, and Carta and all these other things. I can't remember the other stuff he worked on. he knows how to make games. He knows how to make stuff. You know, Jim Ryan's just like, money, money, money. Phil Spencer's both. He's a gamer, he knows how to code, and he's a businessman. He understands the money, he understands the products, he understands the gamers, who they are, what they want, what they buy. That's why Phil Spencer is a better CEO than Jim Ryan. That's what I'm saying. And you can't tell me otherwise. Just look at, while Phil Spencer is in office, what he has done. You know, Don Matrick, gone. He was in the game either. Get out of here. Phil Spencer comes in and he's like, all right, bet. We need to buy that. My 2.4 billion. Satya? And Satya's like, all right, let's see what's up. Boom. First acquisition, best acquisition. He bought Minecraft for a lot of money. Everybody was like making fun of, oh my gosh, they bought that little rinky-dinky indie game for $2.4 billion. What the hell's wrong with that? You know, this is the end of Xbox. They're spending all their money, blah, blah, blah. In hindsight, that was a very, very smart purchase. Sony wishes they had something like that. They try to emulate it with their little big planets and dreams. And they do nothing because their business model is screwed up. If Dreams was everywhere, it would have been popular. It would have been successful. If it was on PC, it would have been successful. But they don't want to do that. They want to sell consoles. So their own philosophy is destroying their business. But they don't see that. They just say, oh, we got all these consoles. And they announce it like, oh, we sold 40 millions of PlayStation 5s. And they look at the revenue, it's like, how come you ain't make more than Xbox? Why is that number lower than Xbox and they didn't even sell half of what you sold? And then number 3, look like they're number 2 right now. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm going around in circles and rambling. But bottom line, Phil Spencer is a better CEO than Jim Ryan because of the reasons why I said. Jim Ryan's not a gamer, blah, blah, blah. And as long as Jim Ryan is there, this is gonna happen. PlayStation's going down. The day will come when Jim Ryan steps aside or gets fired, and y'all will be praising the whatever deities that you praise, because y'all will be so happy because at least he's not there no more. So that's all I got to say. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what y'all think about my dissertation on who's a better CEO. Yeah, let me know. And I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Till the wait.